Story time. Darkest moments of my life, I considered suicide. I was just tired of life. I was going through a lot. I was tired. I was sad. I was depressed. Oh, you were never like this. When did you change? I wanna be in your life until the night is over. I wanna hold you. Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In case you do not already know, I'm meeratuh, and you're in for a ride. So today I'm going to be telling you guys a story, or I'm going to be sharing with you guys a time in my life which was like the darkest moments, or one of the darkest moments of my life. I considered suicide. I was just tired of life. I was going through a lot. I was tired. I was sad. I was depressed, and all of that. If you want to know how I was able to conquer depression and suicide and what caused all of this, then sit back, relax, and enjoy, because you are about to, go on this emotional ride with me. This is actually a very emotional video for me. But, I'm going to try to be strong and not to cry, okay? So this basically happened in 2017. That was like 6 years ago. Yeah, it happened about in January. Yeah, I remember it was like a week or two to my brother's birthday back then. So, yeah. So I was in SS2, right? I think it was second term. Yeah, I was in SS2. So I usually take phones to school because my parents like to, be able to reach us and stuff, because, our school was very far from our house. So and they are very scared and they are so protective of us, so they just like to be like in touch with us. Like once it's close time, you turn on the phone immediately, so they can you call them. If they don't call you, then you tell them, oh, we are just about leaving school, okay, we're here now, and then all of that. It's just for the monitoring sake. So yeah, so on this particular day, it was a Friday. Yeah, I was in class writing my notes, and yeah, I plugged in my earphones and I was listening to music with my phone. Okay, so I have a best friend. Yeah, so my best friend, there's this guy that was like an alumni in a school. That means he already like graduated from the same school, and he liked my friend and all of that. So I don't know, her phone was faulty back then, so he used to like reach her through my own phone. So this particular day, while I was writing my notes, he called me and he called my line, and he was like, he wanted to talk to my friend. So I was like, okay. So I gave her the phone. Obviously we didn't have any teacher in class, obviously, so I just gave her the phone and I continued what I was doing. So she was on the call with the guy. I didn't know what was happening. So after like 30 minutes, I just got called. Like a student just came to me. I don't remember if it was her particularly or another student, but somebody just came to me. I was like, you're being summoned to come to the classroom, to the staff room. And I'm like, why? So they said, your phone got seized. My phone got seized. Then I turned back to see, and then only for me to find out that she wasn't there. So apparently she left the class because it was too noisy to go to the bathroom or the restroom so she can make the call. I know, right? So yeah, I got to the staff room. So I was called because obviously she couldn't lie that it was her phone, because she didn't know how to unlock it. Yeah, I had this very tough pattern for unlocking my phone back then. I was known for all that. So nobody really knew the pattern, even though I showed her like 1 million times. So I got to the staff room, and then they asked me to unlock the phone. I unlocked it, and then they asked her what she was doing, and then she was talking to her brother, right? So these teachers automatically assumed that why would her brother even have my number in the first place? They started accusing me of dating her brother, blah blah blah, because I will still not understand why they thought that. But okay, so yeah, so they kept questioning me. I said no, She only wanted to talk to her brother. That was it. Why did you bring a phone to school? I told them why. You know it's against blah blah blah. I said, yeah, my parents even know about this. It was their idea, even though like this is not supposed to be how it went and all of that. So yeah, so one of the teachers there were now like, okay, was now like, bring the phone. And then she started checking the phone, started going through the phone. She was just trying to look for something, like, you know, this is like jackpot for teachers. I don't know if teachers now still do that, but those teachers, my teachers back then, these are the kind of things they like. These are the kind of things they love. They just love instigating even what is not there. They love when there's problem. They will just, I guess you understand. So yeah. So she kept checking the phone. Unfortunately for me, when she got to my gallery, she saw this video. So now I'm going to tell you guys what the video entails. So you know, these relationship goals, couple goals video, I had it on my phone. It's not even like I saved it or I went to, it was just God. It was just that. So okay, there was this guy that time that was liking me and all of that. So he just like sent me the video, you know, to just replicate couple goals thing. And he was like, he wants us to be like this and blah blah blah. Even though like the video isn't something I'm all that proud of, but I do not know why I did not delete it, because usually I don't keep stuff like that on my phone. I don't even get them into my phone, not to talk of keeping them. But something just happened that when he sent the video to me, I didn't delete it. So apparently the couples were kissing and cuddling and all of that. So this teacher saw it and she was like, ha, what is this? She showed the rest of the teachers, plus teachers that taught me, plus teachers that don't know me, plus teachers that were just employed, plus teachers that have never seen me from nowhere. We're like, oh, you were never like this. When did you change? Blah blah blah. Teachers are hypocrites. I'm not even going to apologize for that, but teachers are hypocrites. Like maybe teachers in my own school, but they are hypocrites. So yeah, so all of them, they were just talking left and right, everybody. At this point, I was scared. I was worried. I wasn't worried about what they were saying. I was just worried about my parents, because I know my parents will not listen to me. They will not believe what I say. They will believe them. And that's one big flaw with my parents. They believe strangers. They believe other people than their own children. They wouldn't even give you a chance to express yourself. They would just believe whatever another person comes to tell them. So I was just worried about that. And so let's pause in this scene. Yeah, so there's this man. He was a discipline master back then. His name is Mr. Sunday Adele. Yeah, I'm going to say his full name. Yeah, so he was our discipline master back then, and he used to teach us back when we were in junior class. So he used to teach us physical health education. His best students, or would I say one of his best students, no cap about that. In fact, I was like his favorite student, or all of that. So all of a sudden, when I got to SS1, or when me and my best friend, when we got to SS1, he started giving us, he started acting weird. We would just be going and he'd be like, both of you, I'm watching your footsteps. Oh, I got my eyes on you. I'm doing this one. I see what you people are doing. What are we doing? We were, because we knew we were not doing anything. So we just took it for a joke, and we just always laughed it off. Like, we didn't take it seriously. So this man, mind you, he did not watch the video. He was just there sitting. They didn't pass him the phone or anything. He was just looking, and he deep down he was looking for a reason to just get me into trouble normally, because you know that's what the man does. He gets people in trouble with their parents, so that the parents will think, oh, you're looking out for my child, and they'll start giving him like little gifts, big gifts, any gifts at all. So yeah, so this man now left. There was this cousin of mine. She was the head girl of the school back then, so they called her to come and see what her sister had on her phone. So she came and then she saw it, and then they were just like, but she just had to play along, and all of that. So The actual person, the actual teacher that seized the phone, they have a problem. Actually, she was just like, now it's already in their hands and they're refusing to release the video, and they're saying they're going to take you to the principal's office, blah blah blah. And I kept begging her. I was trying to like explain things to her. She was like, yeah, she gets me, but she's going to try to beg them and all of that. So the particular teacher that was going through my phone now, she was saying she was not going to give me back the phone. The day ended, everybody had to go back home. I was crying. But this day was my cousin's dad that brought us back home. I was crying. I was confused. I didn't know. I got home, my mom was asking me where my phone where my phone was. I told her that I forgot it with my friend, that's my best friend. She was like, how would you forget your phone? She was like, okay. That's how it went. So Monday came, and then the teacher agreed to give me back my phone, but she said on one condition. I was like, me, I don't even care the condition is, as long as you give me back my phone, and then there'll be no issues. She was like, she's gonna give me back my phone, but then I have to be going for guidance and counseling. We had a guidance and counseling teacher or whatever. So the woman was there in case you had any issues, any questions, any problems at all. So she said because of the things she saw on my phone, they're not good enough, that I need to be guided, I need to be this, I need to be that, and it would have to be me and my best friend that we need to go for the guidance and counseling for, like she said, a week or 2 weeks. I don't even remember. It was short for a period of time. We didn't have a problem with that. I mean, perfect. At least I'm getting my phone back. I'm not getting into too much trouble. So mind you, this Monday that I was going to go to school, my dad was going to take us to school. And then now I was scared because that discipline master, he's always at the gates in the morning. He first of all, he comes very early, so it is hard to even escape him at the gates. And we were so sure that he was going to tell my dad everything that happened. So I was so scared. I was worried. It was a lot. I can't even explain the feelings. So that day, luckily, he did not say anything. I was like, me and my cousin, we were so scared. We thought he was going to say something, but we saw our dad drive past, and the man didn't. After he dropped us, we saw our dad go, and the man didn't say anything. So we were like, okay, maybe he's actually going to keep quiet. We started thanking God. We were so happy. And then after that Monday, everything was just moving normal and all of that. So Tuesday came. I got to school. I was feeling happy and relieved, thanking God, trying to be more careful and all of that. So you will usually close by 2, but we wait for lesson till 4 o'clock. Right? So 2 o'clock came. I just saw my little brother. He was in primary school back then, and he was like, Daddy said we're going to be going home now. I was like, why are we going home now? Are we not going to stay for lesson? He said, no, Mr. Adele has reported you, because my brothers knew what happened. He said, Mr. Adele has reported me. God, I couldn't feel my heart anymore. I was crying. I was shaking. I went to meet my cousin. I told her she had to. She started like, she was literally about to cry because we knew what would happen. First of all, my dad has this mad anger issues, and then the fact that they would not even listen to you or believe anything you say. She just told me to calm down and pray. We'll be fine. So we both went to get our stuff, and we got to the car. I greeted my dad. He did not answer. My mom was in the car as well. Her face wasn't looking. That was the time that I knew, oh my days, I'm in a lot of trouble. So yeah, so I quickly, do you know the crazy part? After I collected the phone, I did not delete the video. So I went in the car. I deleted the video. I don't even know, I think I deleted everything on my phone because out of fear and all of that. So we got home. My dad called me. and started calling me all sorts of things. He called me names. He was so pissed. He accused me of a lot of things. He was like, so all the ajayi and everything I used to do for going to Islamia and the wearing of very long hijab is all fake. I'm actually a hypocrite. I'm this, I'm that I'm not. It's not like it's my right to have a phone. I'm only opportune to have a phone and I'm misusing it, blah blah blah. I couldn't talk, I couldn't say anything. He was shouting at the top of his voice. He threatened to marry me out as soon as I was done with WAEC. I actually thought he was serious, and I was like, even if he's now, please just marry me out, because I don't want to deal with this. So a lot of things, he said a whole lot of things. I was crying, I was standing. He collected the phone. He's like, I don't need it anymore, blah blah blah. I went to go and meet my mom. My mom was crying. I was crying. I tried to explain to her, but like I said, they will not believe. But I did. The truth is, I did not tell her the truth. What I told her was that it was a memory card we found in school that I put on my phone that had a video. So now I didn't even tell you guys what Mr. Adeleye told my dad. So Mr. Adeleye, when he wanted to go and tell my dad that they seized my phone, he said they seized my phone and they saw porn. No, he didn't call it porn. He said the teacher saw blue film on my own phone. Me, that I've never watched it before. He said they saw blue film on my phone, this and that, and normally they've been noticing me. I meet boys also. He accused me of a whole lot of things. So my dad did not check the phone. He didn't ask me if it was true. He believed everything he said, and that broke me. Like, that broke me. Normally I knew that my parents like used to believe what people say, but that you believe such a thing about your own child without even hearing your child out, even though there's a possibility that the child might lie. But the fact that I wasn't even given a listening ear was heartbreaking. Remembering all these things is making me very emotional. I'm trying to keep myself together. So so I went to my mom, and one thing with me is I cannot stand my mom being sad, especially when she's not sad because of me. I used to feel like, God, I've offended the gods, like I've done the worst and all of that. So I went to tell her. I didn't tell her the truth. Like I said, I told her that we picked up a memory card, and it's a memory card that had a video, and the video it was not blue film. She believed me a little bit. She did not believe me truly. She believed me a little bit. I had to call my cousin. We live in the same area with my cousin. I had to call my cousin to come and explain to my mom what she saw, because she also watched the video. My mom, she was like, okay. She believed, but she did not believe fully. My dad now saw that my cousin was here. He was like, forget about her. Don't even believe that she's a bloody liar. She's a this, she's what. She called me a lot of names that I don't even remember because it's been a while. So that was the beginning of my worst, I don't know, what would I even call it, Seth? It was a very tough time for me. So I didn't even know that before he came to pick us, he already, like, as soon as the man told him, Mr. Adeleye told my dad all the lies he told him, he called my mom. My dad called my mom immediately and told her that, oh, see what your daughter is doing. Your daughter, it's only when it is bad things that he refers to us as my mommy's children, but when it's good things, he doesn't even remember my mom's exists. So he told her, so she couldn't even go to work. She she started crying. Then he blamed her for everything. He said it's her fault. She pampers me too much. She gives me too much attention or whatnot. He stopped her from buying me perfumes. Stopped her from giving me any extra treatment. But if you even think about it, I wasn't even getting any extra treatment. I was just treated like normally. But so I started losing concentration in school. I was broken. Every week my dad came back, he would give me cold shoulders. If I greeted him, he would not answer. Then he would come and accuse me that I did not greet him purposely. He was making life hard for me. I was depressed. So you remember my cousin? So her elder brother just came back from school, and normally I'm like a pest to him. Especially I always disturb him. I'm always like all over him, disturbing him and all of that. So he noticed that I'm not as jovial as I used to be, because when their dad picks us up from school, he drops us, we all drop at their house, then from there we just walk to our house because it's like 5 minutes away. So yeah, so he noticed, he now called me and asked me what's the problem. Then I explained to him this is what happened, and my dad did not believe me. And then the fact that the man told my dad an entirely different story, and my dad is buying it. And my mom, he's also making it hard for my mom. He said if he was only taking it out on me, I would understand, but he's taking it out on my mom as well, making her feel guilty for what was not there and all of that. So he was out like, so he said okay, he was going to follow me home. He followed me home and spoke to my mom, and he comforted her a little bit more. Like, he was even the one that like helped to, I think he was the one that was able to convince her a little bit. Then he even told her a story about what that same man did to their elder sister. That is like his elder sister, because she attended the school too. The man actually also almost put her in trouble, that she actually even changed her school. He put her in trouble that she has to change her school. Can you imagine? But then we cannot tell my dad, because my dad is going to say it's because I'm already in trouble. I'm just looking for a way out of whatever I got myself into. So time continued going, my grades dropped. I lost concentration in class. I was now got to a point that I was considering maybe I should just kill myself, so all this pain will go away. So at least my dad will not be disturbing me anymore. Have rest of mind. I was losing my mind. Everything was just, my life was like crumbling. I was finding it hard to like just be stable. And this same man told my dad that, oh, all the teachers now know that I'm a bad person. Which teachers? These teachers that were in the staff room, right? We have a staff room and we have other like places where teachers stay. But you see, this particular staff room is divided into two. And this part, there were not even plenty teachers there. There were just like 6 of them. And then out of the 6 of them, how many of them knew me? Maybe 5. I think. No. They were like, I think they were like 8. Yeah, they were like 8. Because, yeah, they were like 8. And maybe 5 of them knew me, kind of. Because the actual person that sees the phone does not know me. Because she was a new intake. She was just employed. Then there was the teacher that was going through my phone. She knew me. She was my teacher since like just 1. Then 3 other teachers, I think, or 2 other teachers. So maybe let's just say 4 or 5 people knew me out of 8. And then this man told my dad that everybody already knows me to be wayward, blah 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 blah. I was beating myself up, trying my best to, please my dad. Everything I did was wrong. Everything I ever did in this life was wrong. It was never enough. I told you, I will greet him. Everybody will greet him. answer them, but if I greet him, he will not answer. But then he will now say I refuse to greet him, that he's noticing me. And once I start getting emotional because he's not going to let me explain, he's not going to let me talk, then I start crying, and then he's just going to tell me I'm faking it, or I'm not trying to paint my dad to be a bad person, but then it's just the truth. I'm not even sugarcoating or making it sound better so you'd have like you pity me or anything. This is just the plain truth. So I was now considering, let me just kill myself. But like, there are two things that made me not to commit suicide. Number one, it is a major sin in Islam. It is haram, an unforgivable sin to commit suicide. And I was like, and I also am this kind of person that I'm trying to sin less. I'm not saying I am sinning less, but I'm trying to not sin. Like, I'm trying to reduce my sins, don't add to it. And then all of that. So I was like, why is this thing haram? I was like, then it got to a point I was like, God, okay, since suicide is haram, take my life, please, take my life, just let me die so I would rest from all these things. Thank God he didn't take my life. But I kept begging God for all these things. But then the second reason why I did not commit suicide is because it's going to be a very, very tough time. It's going to make my mom's life even more miserable. So I thought about my mom, I thought about God, and then I was like, okay, these hard times will pass, and I'm going to fight through with every strength I have. So so that term came to an end. My result wasn't so good, but I did not fail. But like when your result is usually very good, and then you see that result it's not actually. So I met this man, the man that went to report me. I met him. I told him, I'm not even bothered about myself, but see what you have caused in my family. Now my dad is blaming my mom for everything. I had to explain to him what was going on, how the house was, because it was a disaster in our house. My mom, everything, it was just like he was taking it out on me and my mom. Like, I was having issues with him, and then everything was so terrible. I mean, I understand if you were taking it out on me, but what did my mom do? What did she do? So I told this man to go and tell my dad my dad the truth, so my dad will at least even stop blaming my mom. Do you know what this man told me? This man was like, well, it has already happened. You're just the one that will be more careful and all of that. That is why till this day, I know we are being taught Islamically to forgive because God forgives us, Allah forgives us, even with the greatest sins. But I cannot bring myself to forgive that man, except he tells my dad the truth. But if he doesn't, I can't forgive him, because I'm just trying my best to like shorten this story. It's not as simple as I make it sound. It was a very, very tough time. What if I actually committed suicide? Will you be asking me to forgive him? No, I won't. I can't. So, and after I went to tell him that, see how he messed up my family, and he didn't have anything, he wasn't even sorry, he was still like, I don't know, it was so terrible. But as time went on, I got better, and mind you, I didn't communicate all these things with my parents. They didn't even know that I was going through all these things. They didn't know that I was going through all these things. They had no idea. And that's one thing I always say about our parents. Parents don't try enough for their children. I feel like it's not just enough for you to provide the basic amenities, but also establish the connection, the communication between you and your child. Because if the relationship between you and your child is good, the child will not have to lie to you, number one. And when you hear such stories, there are better ways to like go about them. It's like, it's a lot for real. It's like, I can't believe I'm even crying, because this happened 6 years ago, and the feelings is like coming back. It feels like it's crazy. I don't know. But I just want to like advise every one of you, anyone, I know we're all going through one shit or the other, one problem or the other, but I promise you it's going to be fine. I mean, I'm a living testimony. Even though my problem might not sound like a very big one compared to yours, but I knew what I felt and I knew how hard it was for me. But I just want to encourage you to keep pushing, and don't forget to pray, because I think prayer too helped me. Don't forget to pray. Do not leave prayer, whether you're a Christian or you're a Muslim. Always pray. Always pray, please. And then just believe in yourself. Keep pushing. Do not let anybody or anyone push you down, because at the end of the day, it's still going to be you. Please. And say no to suicide, please. Let's not. Suicide is not a good thing, but sometimes, when we're going through bullshit, it just feels like that's like the only solution, but it's not. Please. And I hope you guys enjoyed this story time with me. There might be a part 2, because I feel like there are some parts I missed. But please, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I mean, I literally teared up, because that's why I don't like remembering these stories, because it always like, even if I try to not cry, it always comes. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. That's TikTok and Instagram. If you're on it, it's going to be right on your screen and in the description box. I'm going to see you guys next time in my video. Bye.